said I'm going to be a disruptive president. I'll disrupt if for the sake of the Namibian people.
Hello people, thanks for joining us again. This is what we are reclaiming. Really appreciate your time. And today I'm just gonna make you listen to this powerful speech by the President of Namibia, Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah. Now this lady, the Iron Lady, every time she speaks, it feels as though she's actually speaking to you. Now you can imagine the people in the room, how they must be taking it. Okay, so she was speaking to the chief executive officers of public enterprises within the country. I really like the way the president is speaking to these chief executive officers. You know, she's really not sparing anyone. It's like being in a classroom with her, because the way she's on about with things, you know, she's strict. You know, if it's strategy, you have to make sure that strategy means strategy. You don't strategize something that is open to the public and call it strategy. These are the kinds of speeches, when you say there's a speech by an African leader, this is what we're talking about. I know he's only speaking to the chief executive officers, but the president is really making use of her doctorate that was given, you know, her honorary doctorate that was given by Dar es Salaam, you know, in diplomatic relations. And boy, she's doing a good job, honestly, because these are the kinds of leaders we want. Put all those people, it doesn't matter, ministers, CEOs, ballock them, you know, give them a run for their money, because these are the cream of the nation, like the president says. These are the people that need to know there is no messing about. If Africa needs to start making development and moving ahead, these are the very people that need to be shaken up. Now, without wasting much time, I want you to listen to this powerful speech. It's absolutely beautiful. Take a look.
I'm going to disrupt. I know there may be a lot of court cases here, but the nation will protect me. They can be with me in the court. So let me know what constraints require cabinet or presidential intervention for you to deliver the service to the Namibian people. And then, which are those rules or regulations that needs alignment? Mention them and talk about what alignment is required. Because sometimes we make statements because they are made by others. So I want you now to say, in my sector, these are the rules, these are regulations, these are the laws that needs alignment. And that alignment should be in this specific form. You are people who are the cream. I'll keep repeating this. You are the cream, and that's why you are given that responsibility to run those institutions. And remember also that I stick to my administration philosophies, policies, which are programmatism, integrity, accountability, meritocracy, and inclusivity. Let us be inclusive, and let us do things with integrity. You know, in our system, there is a system whereby somebody can bring an idea, and that idea is important for your specific institution. And when now you realize that it's really a good idea, it's going to work, you want to steal it from the owner of the idea and to give it to your friends. That is unacceptable. A person who brings the ideas must be the center for the implementation, can share with others. But to want to exclude the person completely, where does intellectual property comes in? Simply because it's not registered, you want to steal it? That is no integrity for any state-owned enterprise to work in that way. Those who are bringing the ideas they want to implement, let them implement because they know what they're supposed to do. In our culture, many of you, we are cattle people. And you know that even if your parents had a lot of cattle and you inherited them and you don't know how they came about, they don't even last a month. Do you agree? Because you don't know the background of how to take care of these animals. Now, if a person who brings the idea, you are taking the person out, that idea will collapse. And we must really look at merit and those who can do the job. We have made an assessment of all the projects that were awarded either by the government or by state-owned enterprise, and they were not completed. 2 weeks ago, it was a debate in cabinet because they all come out. The problem is people were given projects who don't have the capacity to execute the project. And what is said about it, money is already paid before the project starts. And that's why the minister is saying, and I agree, the problem in this country is not money. The problem is how we are using that money. Just think of it in your own enterprise. So I'm really glad for this dialogue. And I'm told it is an initial dialogue, inaugural dialogue, but the next dialogue, the chairperson of the forum, I really want now to be informed strategically how all these recommendations were implemented. How do we as a state-owned enterprise understand the word strategic? How do we understand the strategic? From where I stand, strategic is deep analysis of a dialogue so that you can give a nation a surprise on what you are going to do. But if you make the whole country to be part of the strategic dialogue, how strategic is that dialogue? That's my big question. How strategic is that dialogue? How effective that dialogue is going to be? Or we are playing to the camera? I'm really asking that. You are now the cream of our developmental agenda. Chief Executive Officer of state-owned enterprises and the chairpersons. We want you to close yourself in the room, strategically analyze the issues, talk to each other openly, come out with clear strategies, and surprise our people with your action. But making them to be part of your strategic dialogue, what does that mean? To me, immediately I read it. When I was coming for strategic dialogue. But when I was introduced and to be told it's open to the whole country, how do I strategize with the whole country? To me, that has really put me off, whether we are really serious or we just want to repeat the same sentences, good big words we have been repeating. So the cream of the Namibian cream, save the Namibian nation, the chief executive officer for our parastatal, the chairperson of the board, people have trust and confidence in you. Don't destroy that trust. Just deliver. They don't want to continue here. Even now, I think as I'm talking, they are hearing my statements, and they are saying, what difference she making? Because that's what she talks every day. I want to talk when we are talking and people see things coming out. They don't need to be part of the planning. So thank you very much. I really appreciate this. And let us implement NDP 6, which is now finalizing Vision 2030. And as we are moving closer, we are also now thinking what will be our next map. Because for 30 years, we had the Vision 2030. Now, after 2030, are we going to be in the air? So we must now start to think now as to what is going to be our pointer after 2030 in terms of development. Finally, I'm thinking about value addition should be on top of everything we do, and agriculture, food security remains our priority number one. And our universities, I do not expect you to make money, but I want a good research.
Well, I bet the next time the chief executive officers will attend the next meeting with the president, Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, there is a very high chance that everyone is going to come well prepared, you know, when it comes to strategy, when it comes to integrity, research, dialogue, trust. You know, she talked about merit. Some of these things are very simple things on the surface or on paper. They seem like very simple things, but really when you think of it, the president is more interested in implementation, you know, action. That's what she's interested in, and not just talking and everything. So that was, honestly, if we can have presidents like that in Africa who demand answers on the spot, okay, not just doing things for the sake of having workshops and all these things, that would be great. So until next time, I hope you've enjoyed this video. We'll catch you in the next one.
Until we meet
Take care of yourselves.
In another strategic dialogue.